In the next 2 months, I will take my daughter to Kansas City, Orlando, Louisville, Indianapolis, and Dallas for club volleyball.
Volleyball. Oh my God! I was gonna say he's doing volleyball, isn't he?
Yes.
And I'm in love with the good life. Can't give it up. Make it to the top. Keep climbing. I wanna live it up. The good life. I'm coming up. I'm coming up. The good life. Good life. Oh, good life. Good life. Good life. Good life.
Boo! Coming in hot, Chinchy. What's going on, brother?
Coming in hot, dude. Looking good. You got a nice look at you. You're like in a nice little condo right now.
Dude, we know we got like a little small house here in Greenville, North Carolina. Like, hey, the host, the Airbnb, the host guy had a 5.0 rating. I'm like, boom,
Right.
getting on her. It was like a couple bucks more, like a couple hundred more for the 3 nights total
Mm-hmm.
than like a, apartment down the road. I'm like, I'm taking the house.
Good move, dude. That's a good move. Nice design. You got a nice
Yeah,
big
dude, I'm
TV on the wall.
cooking up some coffee right now, real nice. I got a TV behind me. Jillian's and her friend will be here tonight, wanting to watch like Netflix or something. Nothing worse
Yeah.
than you're in the hotel room. You're kind of everyone's grinding, towels are on the floor. Jillian's clothes are freaking everywhere. Like she's homeless.
I love it. That's like MLB Network in your room with Bill Ripken. You got all your socks all over the place in there.
Oh,
Like
dude,
my daughter.
socks, suits, shirts, everything. Man. It's
Nice.
ridiculous. What do you got? What do you got going on, man?
Chilling, man. Just cleaning up, getting ready for the spring out here. Dude, I was on putzing around the internet last night and I came across a tweet or whatever you call it nowadays from a former professional athlete. And it just immediately made me think of you. I was going to send it to you, but I want to read it to you on the air first
All
because
right.
it's
All right.
so up your alley. Okay. Danny Cannell, remember him?
Oh yeah, the quarterback.
American quarterback, played
Yeah.
for the Giants. Great dude. Okay, ready for this? Growing up, quote unquote, travel ball typically meant we might play a few games/tournaments with about a 3-hour drive. In the next 2 months, I will take my daughter to Kansas City, Orlando, Louisville, Indianapolis, and Dallas for club volleyball.
Volleyball. Oh my God! I was gonna say he's doing volleyball, isn't he?
Yes. Yes.
Bro, I'm sorry. Like, I don't mean to go off on volleyball and stuff like that. I think it's great. Listen, I think it's great. My daughter's part of a team. I think it's a great thing. But I do think that like there are so many teams, Chinch. There's so many teams out there. Literally, it's just so many teams. So I just think I think girls volleyball is the new AAU baseball back in the day. Remember, oh, yeah, you don't need to play all those AAU teams. Like every dude's making a living doing these. Everybody has their own organization now. Why don't you start your own organization, dude? Do a girls volleyball, or you could do a boys baseball. Open up a facility, have 7 teams, have an A, B, C, D, E, F, G team, and they're all at these tournaments, dude. Like I'm going. I've already been in Columbus, Cleveland. I'm going to Louisville. I'm all over the place, dude. Like literally on the weekends, I'm like, oh my God, we're Vegas, not Vegas, Orlando. It's my one buddy. My one buddy texted me today, Eric Kirby, my buddy, and I keep running into his sister at these things. Like, dude, ran into Amy again, your sister, and he's like, oh, volleyball. He's like travel volleyball, where parents' weekends go to die. So he said, which is so true, dude. Like I'm, and dude, everybody. It's so funny. I was just with Pat Watkins. Remember Pat Watkins, first
Sure.
round pick. East Carolina, played in the Big Leagues a couple years. Great, good buddy of mine. I had dinner with him last night because he lives down here in North Carolina. His daughter plays volleyball. So we got talking about this. He was just in that Kansas City term. He's like, dude, I just went to Kansas City. He's like, I'm all over the place. And I guess the point is like, if my daughter wants to play, now I have to have a sit down with Jillian soon because I want to know, are you want to play college volleyball? Because if you don't, this is crazy. She's playing all year round, all these tournaments. And Chich, here's the deal. This is where I struggle as a dad and as a person that played at the big league level. I'm not saying these girls should play at the big league level. I'm saying they should be part of a team. They should play high school volleyball. They should, I don't know, be a part of a club that maybe doesn't have 8 tournaments they go to. Dude, Pat Watkins and I were talking, we're going to spend $20-some thousand this year with volleyball tournaments. That's a big
Mhm.
number. That's a big number at the end of the day. But I think one of the things is that, them being a part of a team is a good thing. But the other thing is this, Chinch, you know, and I know, if you want to get great at anything, you get better on your own.
Mm.
So like, where's the working out, getting after it in the gym with the trainer, and then, volleyball is not a great sport for like working out on your own. Like I've looked up drills and stuff. You got to go off your garage wall or stuff like. Jillian and I will hit the ball outside against the wall and stuff like that. But if you want to be good enough, you can figure it out. So it's like a weird dynamic. And volleyball also depends so much on, like, if you're an outside hitter, you depend so much on the setter being good, right? At the end of and if you're a setter, you depend on the outside hitter being able to get up to your sets. And one thing I've noticed too on these teams, it's very watered down. You're not if you're on a team, there's a few girls, there's some good girls, some that aren't in every team that you see. So it's not like AAU baseball. We used to play like, oh, dude, when I played on an AAU baseball team back when I was growing up, it was the elite of the area. I was like, oh my God, am I
Right.
going to make this team?
Right.
Now it's like, do you have enough money, parents, to pay?
Mhm.
You're on the
Mhm.
team. You're good because we have a H team. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to H. Your
It's
daughter
crazy.
can join her. So, Danny Cannell, I feel you. And I must admit, girls volleyball is fun to watch because the girls are good. There's some good
Yeah.
stuff going
Yeah.
on. But it is crazy as far as just going to all these tournaments all
I
the time.
know.
It's nuts. And if you don't
Dude.
go, you're off the team.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
that there's arguments for some of these elite baseball academies that it's like, if you don't play in like these 7 different tournaments, your kid's not going to get ranked at a certain level.
Right, right.
Right. Also, one other point on this. I remember, all through high school, I played baseball, basketball, and football. There were some days. Where it didn't even scrimmage the sport. You're just honing the skills type stuff.
Right.
Now these kids are going to like showcases. What's a showcase? What are you getting out of a showcase? They're putting a stopwatch on you running. They're seeing how hard or far you can throw football or baseball, whatever, basketball. They're, getting your verticals, whatever. But what are you learning that day? At 15 years old at a showcase,
Dude.
you're just going and you're getting like 6 swings, or you're filling a couple ground balls, and then you're running sprints and getting timed on stuff. I don't know, dude.
Dude.
Maybe we're just like old school. I don't feel like we're curmudgeon-y about this. I feel like it's like, let the kids play, man. Let them enjoy themselves. Isn't that the whole?
Well,
That's how it's. Dan Plesac, greatest point ever. He goes, listen, everybody always, I was a former pitcher in the big leagues. I'm an analyst. They're always like, oh, my kid, can they be this? Can be that? I tell them everything. This is the Dan Plesac line. He goes, your kid's 3 years old. Roll them a ball. If they pick it up and throw it back to you, they're probably an athlete.
right.
If they can't throw it back to you, they're probably not going to be a great athlete.
Exactly.
That's the bottom line.
Dude,
So
it's a truth. And I tell you what, the parents can suck the fun out of sports. I think kids are more stressed out nowadays than ever. I really do. I think the kids are more stressed out nowadays playing sports than ever. I mean, everyone thinks their kid's going to be a big leaguer, and and listen, here's the deal. As a parent, you can't want it more than somebody else than your kids want it, and I see that a lot. Oh, come on, you got to do this. If my kids, like I told my sons when they were in high school, I go, listen, I'm not going to ever ask you to hit. I'm not going to ever tell you we need to go hit. If you want to go hit, I'll never say no. I'll never say, you want to go hit? I don't care if it's 11 o'clock at night. I'm sleeping. Dad, you want to go hit? I'm in. I'll jump out, get dressed. I'm going. But I'm not going to want this more than you want it. So if you want to go hit, let me know. I'll be there. But I'm not going to ask you, hey, you got to do this. Because I know what it takes to be elite. And for all the parents out there, if your kids aren't working on their own, they probably don't want it more than you do. You know what I mean? If they're not doing something on their own, if they don't want to go to the trainer, if they don't want to get more powerful, if they don't want to work on their own, you're wasting your time trying to get your kid to go to the batting cages or do whatever sport they're in. It's just the bottom line.
it's great, man.
Because
It's great.
the 10,000 hours from Malcolm Gladwell in the book The Outliers, the 10,000 hours thing with like the Beatles, you need 10,000 hours. They went to all these things. 10,000 hours for baseball players, 10,000 hours for musicians, 10,000 hours for whatever. It went through this whole thing. It's an incredible book. You should read it if you haven't read it. It's called The Outliers. And he was saying that the reason these people are different is because they're putting in work that you don't even understand the hours at it. And I'm saying, being a Major League Baseball player, having hit 300 in the big leagues over a 12-year period, I know how many hours I used to hit every day after school, all the time. I'd be the only one at the batting cage, and then I would hit in my garage at night on a solo hitter. You remember the solo hitter, Chinch?
Yes, I
Yeah.
had
Tony Wood. So it was like this net, and it had like a pulley system. The ball was there. You'd hit it, it'd come back to the
it.
pulley. Dude, I used to hit there every night. I can't tell you how many swings. Then I went to University of Richmond, hit a million swings in that cages. Then I was like, then in pro ball, you're still doing those routines. It was so many freaking swings. And I see some of these kids, and these parents are, hey, so and so, and also too, getting good information, on purpose repetition. What are you doing, in the cages? Are you working on your backspin in the ball, or nowadays, in these different facilities, they have these, you can see your exit velo, you can see all that stuff. Like in the big leagues, you can't do in the cages. What's your exit velo? Where'd the ball go in the park? Sometimes guys are taking these big swings, looking to see what their exit velo was, and I was like, that's not a good swing, though, dude. That's not a good swing. I know you're looking at the screen with exit velo, but like that swing doesn't play in the game. At 7 o'clock, you're getting dominated. If a guy has an elite slider, you're getting dominated. So it's how you practice, how much you practice, and are you practicing? So these parents that are like living vicariously through their kids to be like, you got to do this, you got to do that. Like if you have to tell your kid you got to do this, you got to do that, you need to probably back off, let him have some fun, because he's probably not going to where you think he's going.
Great points all around. And also back to your exit velo thing. These statistics, yes, is it great that we have all this technology that tells us, well, his hard hit rate is still good, whatever. But don't forget, dude, don't forget the game that you're playing. It's still a game. Sean Casey, I guarantee, had a bunch of duck snort to be a 302 career hitter.
A ton.
0-2 count. Sean Casey puts his butt out and slaps one over the third baseman's head. That's 90. That's at 64 miles per hour. But guess what? That's a base hit, and you hit 302. You didn't hit 264 with no strike.
That's good hitting. You hit a soft line drive to the outfield. That's good hitting. That means your bat pass right. That means the ball might have cut or sink on you a little bit, or you got a little jam, but your you've been training your bat path in the cages, and it works in the game. And all of a sudden, oh, you just missed it. Yeah, but it's a soft line to the right, scores a run. Like that's how you hit 300. You don't hit 300 hitting rockets all the time. As a matter of fact, you're not going to hit rockets all the time. You're not always going to get your A swing off. I can't stand that stuff sometimes because get your A swing off. What does that mean? What does that mean? Right. Dude, I'm reacting. I always say like the pitcher's the generator. He's holding the ball. I'm the reactor. I'm the hitter. This guy he knows what he's going to throw. He's got a grip on the ball. He's going to manipulate that ball. Now I'm going to react to what he's doing. So like, get your A swing off. Dude, I may not get my A swing off in a game. Mm-hmm. If I got a nasty guy on the mound, I got Randy Johnson or Kurt Schilling or John Smoltz on the mound, I might not get an A swing off. I'm going to get a good swing off, though. I'm going to fight. I'm going to battle. I'm going to barrel him up somehow. It might not be my A swing. I'm going to try and get my A swing off. But like people say, get your A swing off. I'm like, no, compete. Go compete, dude. Right. Go beat the guy that's on the mound. You know what I mean? Or a guy on the mound, beat the guy that's in the box. Like, quit trying to be so perfect. Like, there's too many variables. And I think we try to get these hitters and people to be so perfect in the cages and what's your exit velo and what's your launch angle and all this stuff. And then in the game, they're like, hey, that was an exit velo launch angle swing, but you swung and missed by 3 feet, dude, because you have a machine swing where guys are just launching balls in the same spot to you, and there's no barrel adjustability. There's no hand adjustability to use your eye-hand coordination because you're so locked into like, hey, get that perfect swing off. Sometimes there is no perfect swing.
Exactly. We're at a perfect time for this right now, too, with the numbers and with this stuff, because we get the NFL Combine going right now. Here's my point to that. Like, all these, oh, well, this kid's fast, this kid's that.
Tom Brady.
Put him at
Tom Brady.
Yeah, exactly. Tom Brady. How about this? How many of the guys that run the fastest 40 every year become like NFL Hall of Famers? It's very rare. Like if baseball, if you're going to be a leadoff hitter and it's all based on your speed, then Usain Bolt and Carl Lewis would be Major League Baseball players, right? It's like, can you get a jump on a fly ball? Or are you the fastest guy on the team who can't see where the ball's sliding? I don't know. Not to get on our,
like in baseball, you can't steal first, dude. We do these tries. We want all these. We want all these great athletes. Hey, this is different. This is a different thing. You got to be able to hit. Hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in professional sports. It's been proven. Mm-hmm. You got to be able to hit. You can't steal first. I don't care how fast you are. You got to get on base.
It's great, man. I love that we got into this. Parents, coaches. Listen up, man. This is it, man. If your kids are having a fun time, then you're winning. if they're losing hair in 6th grade because they're on their 7th youth baseball team and they didn't finish their homework last night, You got a problem in your house.
Dude, I still remember in pro ball. I remember Gordy McKenzie coming up to me and saying, "Hey man, don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to have fun." I mean, we talk to these kids about. They'll ask me to. People ask me to come talk to their teams, stuff like that, and I always say, "Hey, don't forget. They say play ball, not work ball. Have fun, and don't be playing for somebody else. Play for yourself. Play for yourself, and play for those teammates that are putting that uniform on with you. Go out and get after it for them."
Yeah, man. Have fun. You know, remember going out for pizza after a game? You were more excited about going out for like the pizza party after the game and ice cream than you were about maybe even playing the game
Bro,
with
you
your
kidding me?
friends.
I couldn't wait to go to Tim McGarvey's house, cook a steak him at like 2 in the morning after watching Can't Buy Me Love and Top Gun 17 times. And then, doing it the next night, playing Mount Lebanon against Jay Adams, getting a slush puppy and a hot dog, and going to Grant Jackson's house that night, have his mom cook us up rice, beans, beefsteak, and a late night ham and cheese sandwich at 2 in the morning while we continued to play Nintendo RBI baseball.
RBI baseball. Oh my God. Sneakiest team in the RBI baseball that year was the Angels because they had Reggie Jackson and a bunch of dudes on their bench.
Watch Reggie on the Angels. That's right.
Reggie was borderline Bo Jackson in video games back then.
Tecmo Bo Jackson was the greatest player ever.
Oh, greatest player
Unstoppable.
in any
And the
field.
slant, the James Taylor slant. He's out of the
Also, there was
screen
Mark-
and whoa.
Yep. There was also a Mark Bavaro short slant that was like 6 yards where nobody could catch him, and he was scored a touchdown for the Giants. Anyway, all right, dude. I'm glad we got into that today because whatever. It's important. Kids should be having fun playing.
No, they
sports.
should, dude. They should. Hey, listen, like I said, dude, man. Like I do love my daughter being on a volleyball team. I do believe though what we should have done. You and I should have got into the volleyball business, and we wouldn't be doing a podcast right now. We'd be somewhere on an island, Jamaica or something.
So great. All right, you're going to watch some baseball this weekend, dude.
Yeah,
Enjoy
man.
that.
I'm fired up. I'm going to meet up with Jake right now at the hotel.
Nice.
All right, man. Love you, Chinchy. Everyone out there, thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. And if you're at a volleyball tournament, enjoy it. Because one thing I want to say is Jillian's my fourth kid. Whatever she does do, I do enjoy going to because I know it ends quickly. So, all right, brother. See you, Chinchy. Love you, man.